just 2 losses in 15 outings, 13-2-0-0 record, and a 2.37 goals against average. Primo in goal for the Rocket. For the Amerks, returning to the nets again today is Devin Levi. Coming out on the short end of the score last night, giving up 4. And the Levi on the season now with 19-7, 1-2 record, 2.25 goals against average, which is 4th best in the American Hockey League. So there's your starters, your goalies. Tonight's keys to the game are brought to you by Nissan. Choose Nissan today for great offers on the most exciting lineup ever. Shop NissanUSA.com. Now for the Amerks, keys to the game. I think much like started out last night for all but, let's say, 2 minutes and 45 seconds of the game, Amerks played excellent defense along with outstanding goaltending and kept the Rocket off the board, but it was that span of 2 minutes and 45 seconds that killed the Amerks. So needing to do that, what they did last night, got to do it for this one for the full 60 minutes. And also stay out of the box. They did give up the 4 power play opportunities to the Rocket last night. Penalty killing was outstanding as usual, but they can't rely on it day after day. So those are a couple of things the Amerks need to do and keep the puck in the other end of the rink. About to get underway from Place Bell here in Laval, another packed house. This is the Amerks Broadcast Network.
Can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight flash gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets rocked alarm, the bombs bursting in air gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave? Oh, Canada, terre de nos aïeux, ton front est ceint de fleurons glorieux, car ton bras s'est porté l'épée, il s'est porté la croix. Ton histoire est une épopée des plus brillants exploits. God keep our land glorious and free. Oh, Canada, we stand on guard for thee. Oh, Canada, we stand on guard for thee.
Back once again at Place Bell in Laval, and for those of you who don't know where that is, it's a suburb of Montreal. And unfortunately, when you're coming into town, you got to go all the way through Montreal to get to Laval in the north. And I'll tell you what, this is the absolute worst place for traffic. Trying to get around in the Montreal area is just, it's just not fun. All right, so the Amherst are once again wearing the white uniforms. They'll be starting out shooting in the net to my right. Well, the home team, the Rocket, predominantly red uniform with blue and white trim and blue pants, and they line the officials are out at center ice right now. Actually, I think it's the same crew as last night. Well, the lines are different. But Grady Hamilton and Alex Gilbert were the referees last night also. Anthony Lapointe and Guillaume Ouellet are the linesmen who were not here last night. So we're about to get underway. Again, the Amherst will start out with Ostlund for the face-off against Kandata. Ostlund with the goal last night. Kandata also with the goal last night as the puck is dropped. And we are underway here in game 56 of the season for the Amherst. It's cleared along the near boards, in and around behind the Amherst net. Back forward, Rathbone gets there. He'll ring it around the far side. Murray gets a touch on it, but not out. Blocked along the sideboards. That in the corner, dug out, and as Murray's upended, the puck pulled to the corner. Back for Johnson, lays it around behind his net, chased down by Rathbone. Up the right wing side this time for Fiddler Schultz. Gains the red line, dumps it the rest of the way down. In behind the net, Primo, goaltender for the Rocket, shoots it off in the near corner. Amherst will spin it around behind the net, but taken away and carried up the right side to center ice by Mailloux. To the red line, dumps it in, then stops at the bench for a change. The puck now is picked up back in their own zone by the Amherst. Flipped high in the air down ice, pulled in over the line by Yops, chased out of the near corner, and then the puck stripped off the end of his stick. Cleared back around the boards on the near wing and carried away to center ice. On the attack now, Farrell on the wide side to the Rochester blue line, gets slowed up, still in the zone, and along the line, Barré-Boulet on the left side for Dauphin. Drops it back. Barré-Boulet had two last night. Takes a shot in, and that around behind the net. Comes down at the far point. And kept in still. Backhanded behind the Amherst net to the near corner. As they turn in behind the net, Metza trying to dig it out. Round behind, played off the far side. Thrown back, no, it's still kept in the right wing boards by Farrell. Out top now, and a long shot in. Pad save for Levi. Amherst get to it. That's cleared away to the point, but not out. Still kept in, pass in the slot. Amherst reaching for it, but is taken back again. Stuff in attempt on the short side as he went behind the net was Farrell, and it's a pad save for Levi, who holds on for the face-off. So we're just getting started here at Place Bell in Laval. Again, the Amherst game 56, game 55 for Laval. They do have one game in hand on the Amherst, plus 1 point lead in the league standings. And the puck is dropped, pulled back at the right point, kept in along the sideboards into the corner, chased down by Simino. Bumped there by Kozak of the Amherst, and it's pulled away. Rochester has it. Starting to work to center ice, working wide to the left side. Warren will dump it in. He's slowed up with a bump. And the puck around behind the net, chased down by the Rocket. In the far corner, spun around the boards, pass out in front, and a tip attempt hit the body in front of the net. Drawn away on the near side for Simino. He'll slip it through to center ice. Amherst chase back for it. Pass ahead along the far side. Amherst have it. Now begin to work up ice again. Pass on the right side. Komarov cross rink, but off the stick of Slattery up into the Laval player bench and on the play. So play stops. Face-off coming up is going to be at center ice. Hey, this season of Amherst Hockey is brought to you by Seneca Niagara Resort and Casino, the official casino and gaming partner of the Rochester Americans. Broken stick down on the ice. Linesman recovers that. Again, the face-off right at the center dot. As they get everything in order, ready for the face-off, and the puck is dropped. Controlled by Mailloux. Mailloux of the Rockets shoots it around behind the Amherst net. Rochester back. Spun along the boards on the near wing, out to the point, blocked in. This one tipped up over the glass and out of play, deflected out. So another face-off coming up. Amherst once again without their head coach, Mike Leone, still in the hotel and not doing so hot. It's a nasty bug going around, and he was the latest to catch it. Along with our video coach, Tones, who is not on the trip, but says he's feeling a lot better today. Face-off coming to the right of Levi. Puck drop, pulled around behind the net by Rathbone. Off in the far corner, thrown up the wall, but not out. And the puck in behind the Amherst net again, recovered there by Metza. Backhands it along the near side, poked away, but not out. Popped up in the air. And again, it's over the glass, into the stands and out. Tulio, a little pushing and shoving right there with Mailloux as they separate. Amherst making changes. Just getting started again, no score. Emerson Stop DWI program. Hope you have a plan to get home safely. If you've been out drinking, walk, ride, call a cab. Don't drive, get a ride. Face off, coming to the right of Levi. As the puck is dropped, pulled out on the near side, but a false start. We'll try it again. Drop the puck all over again. As they get him lined up, again to the right of Levi. Puck is dropped, pulled back at the left point, kept in. Long shot, but that hits a body, pops up in the air. Nobody knew where it was. Came down right at the spot at the tip, and the puck now is played down into the corner. Along the near side, Amherst get a hold of it. Backhanded behind the net, chased by Novikov into the far corner. Slides it up the wall, but sort of fanned on his clearing pass, and the puck now is taken back again by the Amherst and brought forward. Up the right side, over the Laval blue line, backhanded toward the net, but backtracking on the play. Weatherspoon steals it, clears it to the point, but not out. Amherst keep it in, pass into the slot, is knocked down. Ends up in the far corner. Mayo turning back for the Rocket, will dump it around behind the net and out on the near side. Up the left wing to center ice, to the red line, rips it in around behind the Amherst net, stopped there by Levi. Amherst back for it, Novikov in behind his net. He's just stopping it behind, well, both teams finishing up, making changes. Now works out the left side, and the long pass through to center ice. Tip forward in over the Laval blue line, but backhanded right back to center ice. Engstrom has it for Laval. Enters the Amherst zone up the right wing. Round behind the net, chased by Clegg, all the way into the near corner. Drop back in the corner, and the puck deflected behind the net. Centering pass in front, and nice job by Komarov to get a stick on the pass to tip it aside. Amherst cleared down ice, and this will be an icing call. So the face-off will be coming back in the Amherst zone. And we welcome the viewers who are watching this game on FloHockey. Face-off, once again to Levi's right. Devin Levi, outstanding game last night until midway through the third period when it was bang, 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 and the Rocket came from behind to take over. Puck in behind the net, played to the backboards. And is Yops trying to dig it out. Komarov gets a hold of it, sends it up the wall for Elenius. Out to center ice. Cross-ring pass, but picked off. Not by Jakai, and then it's taken right back by Clegg of the Amherst. Backpedaling inside of his own blue line, now throws it up the left wing side. That's scooped in and around behind the net by Yops, but it's recovered and carried away by the Rocket. Pass up the right wing side to the red line, long dump into the near corner. Chased back now by Komarov. Lays it around the near side, but not out. Amherst now get a hold of it and draw it out to center ice. Nifty toe drag by Wahlberg, but puck got away. However, it is recovered by the Amherst on the near side. Backhand rest away down by Warren in the zone. Round behind his net, chased down by Kidney of Laval. Round behind and out the other side, weaves his way through to center ice. To the red line. Dumps it in over the line, then he's bumped and his stick knocked out of his hands, and the puck is shot in wide of the Amherst net. Rochester back for it. 15 minutes to go. First period, no score. It's up the left wing side, dumped in the Amherst zone in the corner, and around behind the Laval net. Played to the point, but out of the reach of Rathbone, and it's all the way down. So the Amherst chase back for it again. Getting hold of it, Johnson rings it around the near side, throwing back on the far boards. Through to center ice come the Amherst. They head up the left wing. Entering the zone, Sligert squeezed out. As the puck dumped behind the net, spun around into the near corner, has got a hold of it. As that one popped up in the air, the blue line is hauled down by Rathbone, but then he's bumped, and the puck pulled out to center ice. Waugh up the right wing. A little toe drag there and a backhander, but that missed, and it's cleared around behind the net. Thrown out on the near side of the left wing for Weatherspoon. Pass through the slot coming down the far corner. Schleicher gets to it. Backheads it behind his net. Chased after in the near corner by Rathbone. Amherst able to draw it to the blue line, but still not out. Long shot in wide. And around behind the Amherst net. Chased down by Rathbone. He'll throw it up the far side, but it's blocked at the point. Kept in. Scooped along the boards by Barry and then behind the Amherst net. Rochester back. Chasing it down. Reverse behind the net to the far corner. Carried around and out the near side once again, but that's stripped off the stick of Rathbone. Feet in front, backhander. Levi with a pad save. Loose puck, and it's drawn aside and carried around behind his net by Ostlund. Amherst dodged a bullet there, and the puck flipped in the air down ice. Back for it, chased down, and cycle out to center ice by Trudeau, but the Amherst intercept. have the puck at the red line, drop back in the zone off the stick of Murray, and out of reach, so Novikov has to turn back to get a hold of it. Plays it up the corner, now the left wing side. Murray steers it through the center ice. Austin to the blue line. Emmerich in the zone ahead of the puck, and it is whistled down offside. 13:18 to go, first period. Here at Place Bell, there's no score. This is the Emmerich Broadcast Network.
Pour ceux qui viennent de jouer la bonne après-midi et bienvenue à ce deuxième match entre joueurs opposants des Americans de Rochester à votre Rocket de Laval. Aujourd'hui, c'est le match thématique Bonne fête du Cosmo présenté par Nissan. Et pour l'occasion, on a plusieurs activités en section 113. Vous allez pouvoir jouer des groupes, bien sûr, dans tout le match. Il y a une station en plastique. Et vous pouvez également décrire un petit mot de bonne fête à Cosmo dans sa carte de fête. Et n'oubliez pas de penser à la section 114 ou dans le district pour goûter vos cocktails édition Bonne fête Cosmo. Pendant ce temps-là, vous avez réussi à passer à la section 106. Il y a le tout nouveau Nissan c'est un goût pour prendre des photos avec un beau logo Nissan pour créer des beaux souvenirs. Entre-temps, on vous invite à passer à la section 115 à la boutique des transports. Aujourd'hui, il y a 15% de rabais sur tous les articles à l'effigie de Cosmo, bien sûr. Et du même coup, vous pourrez mettre la main sur les modèles de réchauffement qui ont le petit logo pour votre Cosmo présenté par Nissan. Et finalement, dans notre 50-50, c'est comme d'habitude sur votre téléphone ou ici même à la place de on annonce un gagnant à la fin d'après-midi, pardon, à la fin du match. Mais aujourd'hui, spécial, 200 billets.
And Place Bell in Laval, no score thus far. 13:18 to go in the first period. There was no scoring in the first period of the game last night. Very tight game through first half of the game before the first goal was scored at 1:04 of the second period. Face-off coming at the Laval blue line. Emmerich have Yops at center. Rusek on the right side. And it looks like maybe Wahlberg on the left. As the puck is dropped. No, that's Hellenius on the left, and the puck now around the near wing is fired out to center ice. Ahead on the right wing side, here's Dauphin moving in, passing the slot. There's a shot, and pad save Levi. Big rebound, but the Amherst able to pull it away and clear it up the right wing boards out of the zone. Back for it. And it's picked up by the Rocket. Pass to the near side for Trudeau, bounced off his stick. Turned back in the zone. It's Laval again with it up the right side. Farrell's backhander taken away by the Emmerichs. That's stripped off a stick and loose, but Rochester recovers again at the red line, and Metza will shoot it in, but blocked and now turned the other way. Here's Dauphin on the attack. Into the Rochester zone. Gets by Novikov, but has to chase the puck down the far corner. Lays it behind the net for Barré-Paulet. And the puck in the far corner. Out in front and tipped wide. Just missed the right post. Comes down the back boards. Spun around to the point. Hopped over a stick and out of the zone and a race for it. Getting back first, the Rocket. Pass on the near side for Savigny. He's the only one that wasn't in the lineup last night for the Rocket. Pass ahead, hits a leg, bouncing loose, but continuing on over the line along the near wing, carried in, backhander by Ostman. Missed the net, comes down behind and off of the far corner. Laid back at the left point. Amherst keep it in. Upended as he tried to make a move in the slot was Clegg, and the puck pulled out to center ice, then overskated. The Amherst take it right back again. Dump it in over the Laval blue line, but shot the other way. Austin back. Tried a pass off a skate of Jakai coming down the corner, around behind the Amherst net. Austin gets to it. Throws it up the right wing side. Just out of the reach of Murray, chasing after it, can't get to it. Puck chipped along the near wall, out of the zone, then back in. And the puck is recovered by Laval in its own end of the rink. That's to my right here in the first period. Rocket have it. Making changes, taking their time. On the near wing, up the left wing side is Arsenault, bumped away by Warren, and the puck now is pulled down into the Laval zone. Swept around behind the net. Centering pass attempt in front by Wahlberg, but blocked, and comes down the near corner and carried away by the Rocket. Up the left side, Arsenault will shoot it in around behind the Amherst net. Levi there, stops it, plays it around the far boards. That's kicked out top of the slot. Puck pulled out over the line. The Amherst on the attack. On the right side, bounced away off the skate of Warren, rushed the way down, and around behind the Laval net. Cleared away. Stolen top of the slot. Kept in by Warren momentarily, but still recovered by Laval. Rocket Abbott start to move up. Left wing side to center ice. Shoveled forward by Weatherspoon and over the Rochester line, but recovered there by the Amerks. Pass ahead on the left wing is dumped in around behind the Laval net. Primo will play it into the near corner. Weatherspoon up the left wing side, throws it through to center ice as they get tied up at the red line, and then it's dumped the rest of the way down and around behind the Amerks net. Johnson long pass up the left wing. That's turned forward. Now backhander by Tullio along the near wing, entering the zone. A wrist shot in by Rathbone, just missed the back post. Cleared around behind the net, reversed all the way out of the near point. And Tullio with a shot hits the outside of the net. As the puck comes down the corner and around behind the net, loose on the backboards. Tullio digs it out, back at the left point, now to the right side for Rathbone. No lane to shoot. He'll clear it back at the far point, kept in. Along the left wing boards, still kept in. Tullio backhands it around behind the net. That's swept around to the far point. Emmerich, now it's pulled away and out to center ice. Here come the Rocket. 2-on-1. Pass now to Waugh, but back checking on the play. Getting a stick on it is Rathbone. Shotting off the post, comes out the near wing. And the puck taken in the corner. Carried around behind the net. Sevier centering pass up the slot, where it's picked off and carried away now by Hellenius. Throws a cross rink. Both teams make changes. Boy, both teams could have been called right there for about 100 guys on the ice. Pulled up ice by Hellenius. Along the right wing side, that's drawn in around behind the net to the far boards. Rusak able to drop it back into the corner and gets a return pass up the left wing. Carries it around behind the net, spins back. Along the sideboards, laid back at the left point, grab kept in. Dumped off the boards, round behind the net. Rusak on the back boards, trying to bring it in foot. Grabbed onto, no call. Pass on top of the slot, kept in, wrister in, knocked down and poked away by Primo into the corner. That's chased down, Barret-Ballet, centering pass into the slot, and the puck carried forward by Dauphin. And he runs into a brick wall, that being Novikov. And Novikov with a hit on Farrell, but the puck on the near side, hit over the line, shot in, that missed the net, puck comes down behind the net. Picked up again, back at the right point, Farrell has it. On the right side, Barret-Ballet with a wrist shot. Pulled away, and the returning shot across the goal mouth, just missed the back post, comes down the near corner, and the Amerks able to draw it aside. That finally out over the line to center ice. Tremendous pressure applied by that line is deadly. Barret-Ballet, Farrell, and Dauphin, they're just unbelievable. They puck up ice now into the Rochester zone, chased down the corner, back goes Komarov. In the corner, gets to it first, draws it behind the net, but there's Simino for the Rocket. Pass out top, but through the slot. Missed everybody, it's all the way down ice. 8:10 to go, first period, no score. The puck behind the Laval net. It's Engstrom. Head on the left wing side, out to center ice for Simino. Back on the far boards and up the right wing into the Rochester zone. Carried down the corner. Shot hits the side of the net. Puck comes down in behind. As they battle on the backboards into the far corner again. Backhander by Weatherspoon, picked up by the Amerks, dropped off in the corner, played behind the net around the near side, and finally Komarov able to feed it out over the line to center ice. Ostlund back on the near wing. It's tied up. Puck taken away again. Slipped in over the Rochester line by Davidson. Down the corner. Back goes Clegg. As he's jammed up on the backboards, puck pops loose and in the near corner, pulled away. And on the attack come the Amerks. Up the right side, pulled in over the line along the near wing. Dump trying to go for the puck. Boy, no interference call there as Wahlberg taken down, and the puck now to center ice. Along the near wing into the Rochester zone, back for Rathbone. As he's bumped in the corner, that's tied up and around behind the net. To the other side, thrown back at the right point, kept in. Long shot from out top, hits a body in front, goes wide. That comes down behind the net. On the backboards, still tied up in skates. Warren moving in, Rathbone also there looking to dig it out. Pulled it along the near side. Rocket Abbott, pass it to the right point. Top of the slot kept in, thrown along the near boards. Now behind the Amerks net and back for it. The Amerks get a hold of it. Johnson will spin it, but as he's bumped, it comes loose. And a shot in over top of the net. That's off the glass around the boards and down ice. Amerks have a chance to get fresh legs out. Both teams do. Back for it. Hayes in front of his net, leaves it there. Heads for the bench. Now Trudeau off the far boards, brought up the right side to center ice. Entering the Amerks zone, top of the slot. Pulls it off on the near wing, drop back on top, Engstrom, and on the right side, heat in on goal, into the blue paint, diving on his stomach, grabbing the puck and holding on is Levi, and we'll have a little extra pushing and shoving, and a couple of headlocks in front of the net. Linesman separating the players. Joshua in the mix, tangling up with Condata. Now we got the gloves dropped. Back out by the blue line, Trudeau. of the Rocket and Tullio of the Amerks. There's a right hand from Tullio, nails Trudeau, and goes down to his knees, and the linesman will step in. Good right hand from Tullio. Our first penalties of the game here. So it's 6:18, time remaining in the first period, no score, and this is the Amerks Broadcast Network. Second place bell. I'm assuming each team picking up a 5-minute fighting penalty. I don't see any additional penalties on the board. Teams remain at full strength. So Tullio of the Amerks, Trudeau of the Rocket, each 5 for fighting. And the face-off will be in the Rochester zone, coming to the left of Devin Levi. Getting set for the face-off, Kozak stepping in for the Amerks against Kandata. Kozak first game back after missing 6 out injured. Last night picked up a goal. That's from the face-off, flipped in the air out to center ice. But recovered by Waugh, then got away from him, and the Amerks have it. Flipped high in the air down inside the Laval blue line, swept aside but kept into the left point by Warren. He'll scoop it off the boards around behind the net. There's Wotherspoon to pick it up for Laval. In the corner, lays it behind his net and pulled away off the backboards out the near side, slapped off the glass in the air and out to center ice. And Hammers got a hold of it, dumped back in over the line by Kozak, but that's right on the stick of Wotherspoon in front of his net for the Rocket. Taking time, again some changes being made by both teams. From the front of the net, pass up the left side to Barre-Bollet. Over the red line, shoots it in around behind the Amerks net, all the way on the far side. Tipped along the wall, but not out. Kept in the corner. As they bump, comes out in front. Shot into the pads of Levi. Grabs the rebound and holds on for a face-off. Hey, enjoy dinner and drinks at the Distillery. $35 gets you a lower level ticket and a $20 gift card to the Distillery. Go to hammers.com/distillery. Face-off to Levi's left this time around. Puck is dropped, and it's pulled off in the far corner. Feed in on goal, deflected right back into the corner. Pass to the point, kept in, spun along the top of the slot. Getting a stick on it is Rusek to knock it away. And the puck now dumped down into the Laval zone. To my right here in the first period. Teared down to the corner. Hellenius digs it out. Pass off to Yops, but as he's tied up, that's pulled away by Laval, who now move it out to center ice. Wide in the left wing. In over the Rochester line, chased down the corner by Farrell. He's squeezed out. The Hammers take it away. On the near boards and slip through to center ice. Yops up the right wing and over the blue line, spins off. Waiting for help to catch up, but that's poked away to center ice by Dauphin. Now up ice, pass on the right side. Return the traitor. Farrell on the right side. Shot in, but that missed the net. And it's off the puck and comes down behind the net. On that shot taken by Barre-Bollet. And the puck in the corner. Dug out by the Hammers, flipped in the air. Out to center ice, knocked down with a high stick. And that'll be whistled down for a face-off coming up out at center ice. 4:31 to go. In the first period, still no score. And again, this is the Amerks Broadcast Network. Once again, a place bell in Belleville. No, that would be down the road. In Laval, the Amerks and the Rocket. Hey, start St. Paddy's weekend off, right? Join the Amerks Friday, March 14th. That's next Friday, 7:05 for Irish Night at Blue Cross Arena, presented by the Rohrbach Brewing Company. Enjoy pregame happy hour and a whole lot more. Get your tickets at Amerks.com. So that's coming up next week. Amerks after this game, which will end the 4-game road trip. We'll be heading home for Wednesday and Friday night. Games against Atlantic Division teams. Puck dumped in around behind the Amerks net. Bat away at the point, but not out. Through the slot, comes to the near side, and now carried up the right wing to center ice. To the red line. Dumped the rest of the way down by Fiddler Schultz. Now behind the net. Amerks intercept on the backboards. Batted around to the near point. Kept in on top. Rathbone, Rister. In front, goes wide around the far side. Rocket getting to it. Throw it up the slot. Pass on the right side. Davidson ahead for Jakai. Entering the Amerks zone. Being bumped along the wall by Rathbone. As they tie up there, puck still in skates. Jammed along the wall. That sneaks by Engstrom at the point and down ice. Not enough on it for icing. Back for it go the Rocket. And behind the net, Engstrom. From the right side, begins to work up ice. He'll throw it ahead on the left wing side to center ice. Scoop forward by Kidney, but the Amerks take it away and will send it the other way down inside the Laval blue line. Rocket have it, and they'll turn it out to center ice. Dumped in behind the Amerks net. On the backboards, they tie up behind. Novikov in the corner, trying to dig it loose. On the far side, Rocket have it. Kidney's pass. Novikov got a piece of it, and the puck spun through in front of the Amerks net to the near side for Joshua. Out the right wing to the red line. Pulls it in over the blue line, and the puck rolls down the corner. Back for Engstrom for the Rocket. Able to sneak it aside near point. Amerks keep it in. To the left side, up top, Novikov shot. Glove stop, held on to by Primo for a face-off. And that looks like that's the first shot of the game for the Amerks. That is, once again, like last night, the Rocket heavily outshooting the Amerks. 9-1 now with 3:04 to go in the first period. Hey, you deserve a car that thrills you, and Nissan's got an exciting full line that'll put goosebumps on your goosebumps. Experience the thrill for yourself. Shop at your local Nissan dealership and NissanUSA.com. Face off to the right of Primo. As the puck will be dropped. Pull back out top. Clegg winds up, shot in, ripped wide. Comes down the corner boards. Witherspoon there for the Rocket to backhand it through and down ice. That's an icing call. Lineup for the Amerks the same as it was last night. Players are now up with the Sabres. Of course, Kulik, he's not coming back. And then the most recent recalls yesterday, Itzhak Roseyan along with Josh Dunn. Injured out for the year is Victor Neitchev. And the players that are not dressed for this game, goaltender Felix Sandstrom along with defenseman Ethan Prow and forward Alexander Kesikov. Puck now in the corner boards. And behind the Laval net, trying to draw it out front. That's tipped away, and Weatherspoon able to feed it off to Harvey Pinard. Pass to the far side. Engstrom stepping up to the red line, rips it in around behind the Amerks net. Comes down the near boards and back at the point. The Amerks get a hold of it, draw it over the line to center ice, but tied up immediately along the near side. And the loose puck is dug out by the Amerks. Jobs drops it back inside of his blue line. He gets a return pass. Up to center ice, throws it on the right wing side for Rusak. He'll drop it back, moving in. Komarov with a shot and a glove stop for Primo, and that should double the Amerks shots. Yeah, and it's up to 2 now. So a face-off coming up in the Laval zone. And the Amherst Kids Club, presented by Advantage Federal Credit Union, returns for the 25-26 season. Go to amerks.com/Kids Club to get signed up. Face-off to the left of Primo. Kozak for the Amerks, stepping in against Dauphin. And the puck in skates, drawn back at the right point. Rathbone with the shot, pad save Primo. That's 3 shots now for the Amerks. And the puck pulled out on the near side, back at the point, but that's whistled down behind the play. And we're going to have a holding penalty coming up here. Holding will be the call. Looks like that is to Savigny. Just added today to the roster here in Laval. Coming up from Trois-Rivières. Penalty at 17:58 of the first period. 2 for holding. First power play opportunity of the game goes to the Amerks. Rochester 1 for 2 in the power play last night. Tonight's power play brought to you by Bud Light. Easy to drink, easy to enjoy. Face off to the right of Primo. The opposite of the face off, draws it out top. Pulled by Rathbone to the left point. Set up there, Metza will give it off. Now on top of the slot, a shot in onto the right arm of Primo. Covers up and holds on. That shot coming from Ostlund. Ostlund, by the way, 4-game goal scoring string, which equals a team high this year on 4-game goal scoring strings. Having a great second half of the season. The other players that have had 4-goal scoring strings are Kozak, Hellenius, and Roseant. Face-off coming to the right of Primo. Puck drawn out top to the right side. One-time shot by Rathbone. Might have been deflected away by Jakai, who went down to block the shot. Puck fired in the air and all the way down ice. So the Amherst chase back. Minute 40 to go in the period. And a minute 36 to go in the power play. Metza drops it back. That's carried ahead up the slot, wide on the right side, over the red, over the blue, dumps it in, but the pass knocked down and cleared away down ice by Weatherspoon. Back for it go the Amerks, round behind his net, taken by Metza. He'll come out the near side, head to center ice, drops it back, and continuing on to center ice, wide up the left side, shot in by Rathbone, round behind the net, stopped there by Primo. He'll clear it himself around the boards into the near corner, back at the point. And Metza gets a hold of it, keeps it in momentarily as they tie up right along the blue line on the near side. Puck is in skates, frozen the boards, a minute to go in the period. Still tied up, right down in front, and finally drawn back to center ice. Metza comes up with it. Amerks have 50 seconds to try and get something going here before the end of the period. Metza takes his time as his teammates make changes. That's dropped back. Now continuing on, Hellenius will throw it off. On the left side, carried in over the line by Rusak, drops it back to the near point, but has deflected away out to center ice, so the Amherst have to regroup. Down to half a minute to go in the period. Draw it away, drop pass, back in front of the Amherst net, finally picked up. Carried away, and now through to center ice and up the right wing for Hellenius, over the blue line, top of the slot. Throws it to the left wing boards, back to Hellenius out top, and it's Clegg past the all even up here. We've completed one now here in Laval, and it's the Amerks scoreless, the Rocket scoreless. And this is the Amerks Broadcast Network.
Ok, chers partisans, joueurs de retour, voyez chaleureusement les parents de Pierre qui vont disputer et les joueurs de mécanisme sur la nationale. On va jouer, on regarde ce match qui devrait pas être divertissant. Alors c'est parti, on place les buts. Et là, on peut voir qu'il y a fait beaucoup de joueurs sur la glace. Vraiment, ça va être un beau party. Ok, donc, les gilets noirs contre les gilets blancs. On est bien, tout le monde, c'est parti, oui! Alors, on va voir le prochain party tourné ou le prochain arrêt bilan. Peut-être qu'il s'écouche et qu'il s'est trop vissé d'abord. Et là, il y a beaucoup de bâtons. C'est difficile à suivre même pour moi. Évidemment, on va pas sortir trop des délications, mais on se fait, c'est pas grave. OK. Là, il y a quand même difficile de... Oh. OK. On essaie de se rapprocher, les amis, si possible, parce que les buts sont là. Il n'y aura pas de but sinon. Oh, on veut la bataille de vue. OK. Oh, collision ensemble. Oh, Laval ici. OK. Un tir. C'est arrêté. Le retour est...
From Place Bell in Laval, this is almost an instant replay of last night's first period. And this period recap brought to you by Bob Johnson Auto Group. Just like last night, no scoring. Not a whole lot of penalties. The Amers did have one for 5 minutes, and the Rocket 2 penalties for 7 minutes in that period. Last night of the first period, the Rocket outshot the Amers 11-4. Tonight in the first period, or I should say today in the first period, the Rocket outshot the Amers 10-4. So again, it's almost identical. The Amers 0 for 1 on the power play. The Rocket have not had a power play opportunity. So in goal for the Amers, Levi, an outstanding first period, stopping all 10 shots that he faced. And to the other end, Primo stopped all 4 shots that he faced. And so that's where we are statistically after one period of play here in Laval at Place Bell. These two teams will meet one more time, and that'll be in Rochester to wind up the 8-game season series. Amherst coming into this one have a 2-3-1-0 record against the Rocket after losing last night's game. And so would like to even up the season series with a victory here today. But the last time that they meet will be on April 11th in Rochester. That's April the 11th will be the last time that these two teams meet. And will they still be battling for first place in the American Hockey League? That'll be interesting to see what happens between now and then. Now we're going to talk a little bit about player development. That's coming up next from the Place Bell here in Laval. Again, after a period between the Amherst and the Rocket, there is no score. And this is the Amherst Broadcast Network.
C'est AX7. Non, madame est en attends, essaye B minuscule, 7 majuscule. 7 majuscule. Je suis actuellement très loin. Elle me donne des temps. Donc je comprends tout. On va essayer. Je te propose une alliance.
here in Laval. One period complete, and it is a scoreless game thus far through the first period here. All right, we're going to talk a little bit about player development. This intermission interview is brought to you by Hilton Garden Inn, Rochester downtown, the preferred hotel partner of the Rochester Americans. It's been a while since we've talked to the Buffalo Sabres Director of Player Development, Adam Mayer, as he's been at this one for a long time now, and so finding out a little bit about what's going on with the prospects and so on. Started out by asking him for his thoughts on the team he's seeing here in Rochester so far.
I think they're extremely hardworking. I think they're selfless. You have good goaltending, which means a lot. And I think the coaching staff has done an incredible job, getting these guys going in the right direction. So it's an exciting time right now, especially where we sit in the standings and the way that they've been playing. And it's fun to be around the rink with them.
Is this one of the better teams you've seen here?
It is, yeah, no doubt about it.
Is it much different than it was, say, a year ago? Is there a different style or anything?
No, I think what they've done is they've really bought into defending well and limiting chances. They're playing a fast, up-tempo pressure game, and you're seeing that on a nightly basis. And they're getting consistency. They're happy to come to the rink. There's just a really good vibe, and you do get that when you win. But you can sense it every time you walk into the rink.
So in your role with player development, you've been mostly involved with the younger players. So just in general, the young guys that are here, how are they doing?
Well, I think that you've seen steps in a player like Consta or Noah, and they're only half a season or so through their rookie years here in the American League, and they've really grown over that time. And that's exciting to see. It's exciting for the future here. It's exciting for the future in Buffalo, and they're playing big roles, and it's a lot to be a top 6 center in this league as a younger player, and they've come in and done a great job doing that. So
yeah, Oslin, you mentioned he's been on fire lately.
Yeah, he's done great. A little bit unfortunate where he got hurt, but I think he attacked the weight room. He did stuff take care of his body, and he loves hockey, loves the game, so he was going to be dedicated to doing that. But he came back, and he's playing with a renewed sense of confidence. I think he really believes that he can make a difference. He's playing fast, he's playing direct. I think he's really starting to understand the North American game, and how to leverage his abilities to take advantage.
One player that doesn't hardly ever get mentioned is Novikov, and he's 3rd in the league overall in plus minus. Are you happy with his year?
I think he's absolutely. He's another guy that's taken big steps from last year to this year, and he's worked on his body over the summer. He's come in a little bit better shape. He's a competitive player on the ice. I think that's what he leads with. But he's big, he's long, he can defend. But I think one of the things that is a little understated in his game, but when you watch, you see it, is he's got really good offensive timing. He understands when to jump into the play. He understands and sees the game well with and without the puck, and for sure, he's had a great year so far.
You did mention Hellenius. I thought maybe he got slowed up coming back from the junior tournament. It took him. I think he's getting back his game now. Do you agree?
Yeah, I mean, those tournaments are really nice for players to go and represent your country, but there can be a little bit of a break in sort of your routine and what you're used to throughout the year. So it's not surprising to hear you say that. I think he's played well of late. And again, he's another player that is learning how to play North American style of hockey. He's 18 or 19 years old. This is a player that it's pretty impressive what he's done at that age.
And on the other side, Wahlberg coming back from the junior tournament, it didn't seem like he skipped a beat. He's done pretty well all the way along.
No, I think he's done a really good job too over this year, understanding what he can and can't do. He's managing the puck better. He's getting around the net better. He's using his reach and his length to protect pucks down low. He's really done a really good job, I think, of understanding, his role and how to leverage his strengths on the ice. He was excellent in Ottawa at the World Junior Championship. I was there, watched, and I think he's just taken another step of confidence back here, off of that. So.
Hey, of course, in your role with player development, you're all over the country and Europe and that, watching the young players. So who are some of the young players you can tell us about that may be doing well?
Well, we got a player up in Minnesota who's really made a lot of strides this year in Brody Zemer. you know, he was a recent draft, last year's draft, and you know, started playing at about 10 minutes a game, you know, as a freshman there, and is up to like 18 and is playing on the first line. He's playing the power play, he's playing penalty kill. He won a gold medal for Team USA, you know, at the World Junior Championships. You know, a player that's on one of the top, you know, collegiate teams in the country. So he's been really exciting, and we've been really happy with how he's playing. You know, some older players like Viljami Marhala, who's having another great season in the Liga in Finland, playing for Turku. He's their number one center there. He's playing the power play, and as a younger player, again, like in a men's league, to be doing that is terrific. You know, so he's doing a good job production-wise, but he's really shown strides in his competitiveness, his ability to play at pace, and you know, so he's a young player that's come along really well over the course of the last 4 years.
Any of them that are going to be turning pro for sure next year?
So you have a guy like Viljami who should be turning pro, although he's playing pro in Finland already. He would be one, and there are a few other candidates that you know have the ability to turn pro. You know, goaltender like Topias Leninen, you know, he's playing now in the Swedish Allsvenskan League. You know, he's a player that, you know, we've discussed a lot about, and you know, if he feels ready and we feel ready, you know, he would be a potential player that you could see, you know, in the future in Rochester too. So.
Pipeline has been incredible the last few years, and there's still a lot in the pipeline then?
Yeah, there definitely is. You know, there's no shortage of players to go around and stay in touch with, and it's great. You know, a lot of them are having really good years, and you know, I think the scouting staff has done an excellent job of identifying these players, drafting them, and bringing them in. So, you know, you saw it with a player like Yuri Kulik, who is now having success in Buffalo, and you know, I think you're going to see that with a lot of the younger players here right now, and then those to come. So,
great job. Keep feeding them to us, will you?
Okay. All right. Thanks, Donnie.
That's Adam Mayer, the Sabres Director of Player Development, and what a great job that his crew is doing. Tim Kennedy and Reds, a former Amherst, doing such a great job of keeping these players in line and getting them ready to turn over the pro leaf. We have period 2 action coming up in a moment from Laval. Again, it is a scoreless tie between the Amherst and the Rocket after 1, and this is the Amherst Broadcast Network. It is scoreless between the Amherst and the home team, the Laval Rocket, here at Place Bell after 1 period. Tonight's intermission report being brought to you by Nissan. In the American Hockey League, there's a full slate of games going on, but there's only one other game that's underway thus far, and that's Calgary playing in Manitoba. That game is tied at 1 after 1 period. Games involving the North Division teams, Hershey's at Cleveland, Belleville playing at Wilkes-Barre. Toronto traveling to Bridgeport. All the rest are North Division teams. Lehigh Valley and Charlotte. Colorado at Henderson. Iowa traveling to Milwaukee. Providence playing in Springfield. Grand Rapids at Chicago. It is Texas at Rockford. And it is Ontario and San Diego, San Jose at Abbotsford, and Tucson and Bakersfield. In the National Hockey League, we have a couple of finals in. Ottawa defeated New York Rangers 4-3 in overtime. Dylan Cousins was dressed in that game for Ottawa, where number 24 had an assist in his first game after the trade from Buffalo. And then Seattle, they hammered Philadelphia 4-1. Buffalo Sabres playing tonight. I think that game starts at 6 o'clock. They're in Florida. And it is Boston and Tampa scoreless in the first period. So that's the action going on in the National Hockey League. Coming up now here, second period. Amerks and the Rocket scoreless. This is the Amerks Broadcast Network. The Amerks now shooting the net to my left. And Devin Levi in goal down to my right. Puck is dropped. Amerks take it from the face-off, and at the near wing, that's shot in around behind the net by Johnson, but actually a little too much lift on it, and it's up over the glass out of play. Last night, the attendance, 10,243, a packed house. I was saying last night, I don't think I could see more than about 10 empty seats. I do see a few more of the empty seats in the building here tonight, but it's still got to be over 10,000 still. Packed house to the rafters here at Place Bell. Beautiful stadium, and great support they're getting now here in Laval. Pretty good team to watch also. Puck taken now, and along the far side, up the left wing over the red line. It's shot in around behind the Amerks net, coming all the way around the near wing, and then scooped in behind the backboards. Dug out, chipped around the near side, as the Amerks trying to get it out, drawing ahead out over the line to center ice. Taken by Fiddler Schultz at the red line. He'll scoop it the rest of the way down. Round behind the Laval net. And the Rocket back, pick it up, and they'll turn through to center ice again. Pass on the right side, wide over the line. As he spins around, backhander across the goal mouth out the other side. That's dropped in the corner, slipped along the wall, and out to center ice for Murray. Out the right wing. Gets to the blue line, dumps it the rest of the way into the zone, around behind the net where it's pulled away by Mailloux of the Rocket off the near side. He's slowed up with a bump from Yops, who comes up with the puck along the near wing. Yops throws it on top of the slot, right point. And it's picked up by Novikov. Drop pass, Hellenius out top, pulls it into the slot, takes a shot, but that off a stick is up and out of play. Just getting started in the second period. Scoreless thus far, but if it's a mirror image of last night's game, we should have a goal scored pretty quick now. The Amerks scored the first goal of the game last night at 1:04 of the second period. Yops in for the face-off. As the puck pulled back at the right point is kept in. Wrist shot in on goal, and on his knees, Primo has it, holds on. Primo, the son of former NHL great Keith Primo, and nephew of the former Amerks forward, Wayne Primo. At least I'm pretty sure that's him. Back drop, pulled to the corner. That's drawn away into the sideboards, out top of the slot, knocked down, kept in by Yops along the near wing, drop back at the left point. Novikov with a wrister in front, but wide. Round the far boards, kept into the right point by Metza. Scoops it down the corner, turn around there, by Rusak. Had his skates kicked out from under him. Slow getting up, and there's no call, and the puck up the near wing. Pulled in over the Rochester line, out in front. Pass across the goal line. It's off the post. Shot ripped it on goal, but hit the post. That shot from Trudeau, and the puck in the corner. Poked along the sideboards. Hammers getting to it. Whistle stops play. And we're going to have a stoppage here. This will be a holding penalty coming up to the Rocket. Or they should have had a penalty down to the other end of the rink. On the skates of Rusak kicked out from underneath them. This is Dauphin for the Rocket in the penalty box. And the time of this penalty at 1:41 of the second period. Dauphin, 2 for holding. Second power play opportunity for the Hammers. Face-off coming to the right of Primo. Jobs for the face-off, draws it back. Left point kept in by Metza. Skates on top, wrist shot blocked away by Primo. Coming down the near corner, spun around the near side, then dumped around behind all the way to the far boards. Rathbone keeps it in. He'll slip it down in the corner for Murray. Chips it back at the right point. Pass to the left side. Austin moves down top of the circle. Drops it through the slot. Far boards picked up by Rathbone. On top again to Metza. They'll give it off on the left side. Austin with a shot pad save. Puck around the near wing. Heading down in the corner first. Austin out in front. His pass to Yops. A one-timer, but that again off of Primo. Comes out of the near point. Slips by the point man and down ice. So the Hammers have to chase back. As getting fresh legs on the ice, the Rocket. Hammers bring it away. Dropped back by Metza. Continuing on. Now his pass. Rathbone up the left side for Yops to the blue line. Dumps it in. Puck in behind the Laval net. Getting hold of it, Engstrom. As he's pinned up on the backboards, it's drawn behind the net around the near side. Getting a hold of it is Hayes in the corner for the Rocket. Puck at the near point. Hammers get to it to keep it in. On the left wing side, carried down. Quick shot, short side. Metza off the blocker. Primo comes out into the blue paint. They hack away at it, and the puck pops loose. Off of the far corner, Metza takes it. Drops it on top for Rathbone. Spins along on the near side. Gets a return pass, Rathbone. Pass to the right side. Metza backpedaling on the blue line. He tried to throw it across the blue line, but hits a skate and tipped out over the line to center ice. Recovered by Ostlund. Drops it near boards, entering the zone. Metza. And then it's pulled out the end of his stick, backhanded away and down ice. Hammers back for just 20 seconds to go on the power play. Hellenius around behind his net. Tries to weave his way through the slot, but he's bumped off the puck. Take it back now along the near side, scooped down the corner by Simoneau, but recovered and carried around behind his net by Rusak. Simoneau stumbled, went down. Fans want a penalty, but not getting it. Carried forward, Rusak on the left wing and over the line. It's carried by Wahlberg down on the near wing. Dropping it back to the point, but picked off and carried out to center ice. The penalty has expired. Off the near wing in the Emmer zone. Simoneau tried to drop it back. Emmers get a piece of it, but it's still kept in, top of the slot, and drawn around behind the net by Trudeau. Off in the far corner, lays it behind the net. Puck coming down in the near corner, swept away to the right point. Still kept in, backhander along the wall in the corner. And getting hold of it, the Hammers drawn behind the net to the other side by Clegg as they get all pinned up in the corner boards. Wahlberg's pass hits the leg, comes out of the slot, and there is chased down by Wahlberg, and he'll drop it back in his own zone. Hellenius round behind his net, chased there. Stops, he turns out the right side, then drops it behind the net for Clegg. 15 and a half to go. Second period still scoreless. Off the right wing to the blue line. Off the stick of Austin and in. Round behind the Laval net. Comes down the near corner. Spun around the near side. And out to center ice. And the Hammers will chase back for Komarov. But puck stopped to the side of his net by Levi. Pass behind and his shot around the near boards. Tipped out over the line to center ice. Kozak racing. He'll come up with it now 2-on-1 with Austin. Kozak in front, wrist shot, and it's getting a piece of it. Primo. Puck is deflected up over top of the net. Comes down behind, round to the far point. Komarov keeps it in. Shoots it in behind the net. As they hack away at it on the backboards, comes out in front. Quick shot, and I think that shot by Austin hit the post. And the puck around the far side. In the corner, flipped away, and out to center ice. Bagford with the Hammers. That's knocked down with a high stick. And the puck shot away down ice is frustration. Komarov just shoots the puck the rest of the way down. He's going to get a tongue lashing from the referee for clearing the puck all the way down ice after the whistle. So a face-off coming up at the Rochester blue line. Emmerich sending out Slaggert for the face-off. There's Joshua on one side, Tulio on the other. Johnson and Rathbone on D, and the puck now pulled around the near side up the right wing, and then shot in around behind the Amherst net, comes down the far corner. Rathbone gets to it first, reversing it behind the net, but in the near corner. That's picked up and scooped back in the corner by Waugh of the Rocket. As they hack away at it on the backboards in behind the Rochester net. Still tied up, dug out of skates, batted away at the near point, kept in. Long shot in, knocked down, didn't make it through, and carried off by Condata. Laying it back at the left point, now pass through to the right side for Mailloux. Spinning around on top of the slot, brings it on top, still has it, poked away to center ice. Here's Joshua, breakaway. Moving up the left-handed shooter, in on goal, shoots, and a save, and a rebound, they score! Following the play, we'll find out who was that following the play, Slaggert. The shot by Joshua, knocked down in front, Slaggert got to the rebound, hacked it in, and the Amherst will score first. Rochester getting the first goal, which comes here at 5:55 of the second period. Slaggert, been a while since he's had a goal. Slaggert coming up with his 10th goal of the season. Joshua will pick up an assist as the Amherst take a 1-0 lead. Puck is dropped on the near wing, scooped along the boards into the Rochester zone, around behind the net. Levi stops it. On the backboards, Metza digs it out. That's thrown through and out over the line to center ice. Recovered by the Rocket, scooped back in. The Amherst able to poke it away to neutral territory once again. Then it's drawn by Murray back in his own zone. Novikov on the far side, up the right wing through to center ice for Fiddler. Schultz off a stick, up over and out of play. 13:42 to go in the second period. The Amherst have taken a 1-0 lead, and this is the Amherst Broadcast Network. Face-off coming up at center ice. Slaggert getting that Rochester goal. He had only 1 point, an assist in the last 8 games. Comes up with a goal here. And Joshua picks up his 4th point of the season. 3 of those points have come with Rochester since coming over in the trade. Face-off at center ice. Austin for the Amherst against Dauphin of the Rocket as the puck is dropped. Not done right. Dauphin chased out. Barret-Ballet will step in for the face-off. Puck drawn back. Rocket have it. On the near boards in the zone. It's pass up the left wing side to the Rochester blue line. And shot around behind the Amherst net all the way down into the near corner. Novikov swept, but it bounced out of the corner into the slot. Kept in the zone by the Rocket. Passed through to the far point. Long shot in. And a pass into the stick of Levi. The net is knocked off. And the whistle stops play. Stoppage here. So we'll have the net being replaced. Hey fans, stop by the Amherst Team Store, sponsored by Legends. Team Store open Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. and of course during all Amherst home games. Face-off will be coming to the right of Levi. 1-0 Amherst leading, 13:23 to go. In the second period, Amherst at home Wednesday night against Charlotte and Friday night against Providence. Puck drop, pulled out into the slot, and Murray able to backhand it out of the zone to center ice. Picked up at the red line. Engstrom for the Rocket, shoots it around behind the Amherst net, comes down the far corner. Metza back, he'll reverse it around the near side. Murray back to help out. Drops it off in the corner. That's played behind the net. Metza tied up in the corner. Excellent forechecking done by the Rocket. Keeping the puck in the zone, centered out in front, spin around shot. Barry Belay, that's knocked down and kept in out top of the slot. Backhanded toward the net, comes down behind. Centered out on top and picked off there by Murray and brought away. Shovels it up the right side. In over the line, Fiddler Schultz drops it off. Austin carrying it down the corner, round behind the net. As he'll ring it all the way around the near side, drops it off and down for the point. Clay keeps it in as he squeezed out, does send it behind the net. Round the far boards, back of the point, kept in by Jobs, backhander into the corner. Engstrom there getting a hold of it as he turns to get away from Jobs, and the puck then spun through to the near boards. Out the right side, Trudeau with a pass ahead to the Rochester blue line, backhanded in by Dauphin. Around behind the Amherst net goes Komarov. He'll ring it around the far side, the Amherst on the attack. Brought away up ice by Jobs, wide on the left side over the blue line. Little dribbler pass in over the line. Is picked up there by Hellenius. Got tied up and the puck pulled away and at the center ice. Rocket have it again. Through to the backdoor side. Shot in. Knocked down by Levi and around behind the net. Puck on the backboards. Trying to pull it away in behind. Shot by Jakai to the far side. Centering pass. Coming down the corner. Gets it again. They hack away at it in the corner boards. Now spun by Davidson around behind the Amherst net out on the near side. Down from the right point where it's kept in. Blocked away to the point. And Jakai, long shot, but that wide, coming down the far corner. Chased after and spun around behind the Amherst net by Semino all the way to the near point. Kept in up the right wing side by Hayes. Down the corner being checked there by Yops. In behind the net, he goes down. And the puck pulled away by Yops. That's tipped up in the air, comes down in the near corner. And hammered through the slot by Rusak. Amherst have it. Komarov flips it along the right wing side and down. And he's run by Semino. Little difference in size there. And the puck all the way down into the Laval zone in the corner. As they tie up along the boards. Trying to dig it out, Hellenius. Watching on from behind is Kozak. Puck still frozen in the corner. And everybody just kind of standing there. Now as they decide to start making some changes, Hellenius off and Wahlberg coming on. Puck finally pulled away from the corner board, spun around to the far side, and now drawn out over the line by the Rocket. Up the near boards at the red line and to the Rochester blue line. Poked at by Rathbone, but not out. Then it's spun around behind the Amherst net. Johnson back. He's squeezed out by Jakai of the Rocket. Dropped back in the corner. Johnson will in. No reverse it behind that and around the near boards for Rathbone. Jams it up the left side to center ice. Chasing back for it. Go the Rocket. Weatherspoon around behind his net. On his heels, Wahlberg. Sends it behind that. Around the far side. Comes out in front. Amherst fanning in a shot. And there's one poked wide by Wahlberg. On the far point. Kept in. And the shot toward the net, but it's a leg in front. Ends up off the boards, and they're flipped in the air to center ice and all the way down the Amherst zone, and this will be an icing call. 10:05 to go, second period. We're near the halfway point of this game, and it is a 1-0 lead for the Amherst. Sign up to be an Amherst Junior Reporter presented by the NY 529 College Savings Program at amherst.com/Junior Reporter. And to learn more about NY's 529 College Savings Program, visit nysaves.org. Face off to the right of Primo. Right now the shots are even, where the Amherst had a huge deficit in shots after the first period, but it come back here strong in the second period. That one poked forward along the near wing. Dumped in the Amherst zone off of the far corner. Metza is back. He'll flip a high one in the air out to center ice and a race for it. Rolls in and on goal. No, they are going to call icing. I thought that Primo got his stick on it, but evidently not. No, I think I was right, because they're taking the face off to center ice. And there's some arguing going on the part of Laval. Joshua having a few words now with one of the Laval players. The linesman stepping in the middle. And that being Mayu. All right, stoppage in play, 1-0 for the Amherst. This is the Amherst Broadcast Network. It's a 1-0 lead for the Amherst. Just past the halfway point of this game, 9:47 to go in the second period. Rochester's goal scored by Sligert, assisted by Joshua. Face-off coming up at center ice. And the Amherst attacking the net to my left here in the second period. Puck is dropped, Sligert goes forward, and it's recovered by the Rocket at their own blue line. Pass ahead to center ice. Dumped in over the Rochester line along the near wing. That's knocked down by Novikov, and the puck pulled behind his net by Sligert. Then he will reverse it back around the near side. And getting to it, Harvey Pinard for the Rocket. Dumps in the corner, but the Amherst take it away. Turned up the near wing to the blue line and out to center ice, trying to get loose Sligert. Joshua got a poke at it, and along the near boards, the whistle to stop play. Now we're going to have a penalty coming up. As heading to the box is a Laval player, that's Engstrom, and he's going to head right down the tunnelway. Well, he stopped. Now he's going down the tunnelway after showing the referee. Penalty here is Joshua will head to the penalty box for high sticking. So this could be a 4-minute. At least we know it's going to be the first power play opportunity of the game for Laval. Time of this one coming at 10:38 of the second period. Joshua in the box. Well, now he came out of the box. And went to the bench, so I'm not sure what's happening. Maybe there is no penalty. Oh, I see. They showed the replay on top. Joshua tried to flip the puck forward, and it was the puck that came up and hit Engstrom. So, no penalty. Teams remain at even strength. Face-off at center ice. And that one is picked up by the Rocket, shot through to the Rochester blue line, but jammed along the wall. Back out to the red line by Komarov. Trying to get loose is Austin, but couldn't get to the puck, and it's taken back in their own zone by Laval. Now behind the net. Rod out in front, and a pass up the left wing side to the Rochester blue line. In over the line, dropped on the near wing, a drop pass for Waugh. His shot knocked down in front on his knees. Levi has it and holds on for the face-off, which will be coming up in the Amherst zone. Hey, experience the AHL like never before. Watch HD quality streams of every AHL game, live or on demand on your desktop, laptop, tablet, phone, smart TV, or OTT device. Visit FloHockey.com to join up. And the face-off coming to the left of Levi. Amherst scoring back at 5:55 of the second period. Amherst scored first last night, but there was the Rocket coming back with A big third period, 3 goals in 2 minutes and 45 seconds to come from behind and take the lead and win it. Puck in behind the Amherst net, dug out by Barry Belay. Pass up front, but the Amherst are there to take that one away. Head on the left wing side, in his own. Kozak up the left wing, moving in, takes a shot off the stick of Primo, comes down behind the net. Out of the backboards, kicking it around the far side is Wahlberg. To the right point, Komarov shot directed toward the net, but hits something in front and rolls around behind. Flipped in the air out over the line to center ice. At the red line, they hack away at it along the near boards. Warren bumped off, got a pass, but was under the stick of Kozak. And the puck recovered by the Rocket, lost momentarily, but again picked up. And Laval enters the Amherst zone up the left wing side. Feet in front, moving in, but unable to get a shot away. Dauphin on the bouncing puck. Round behind the net, cleared off in the far boards. Farrell getting to it, lays it back at the point, but Hayes was off the wall, and that sneaks through and all the way down ice. Amherst dodge another bullet. Round behind the Laval net, the Rocket have it. Start to work forward. Pass to the left wing side by Hayes, up to the red line, shot the rest of the way in behind the Amherst net. Levi knocks it down. Puck fired along the near boards to the point. Block kept in by Laval, and along the near side, still kept in, and now pulled out over the line to center ice, and up with it Hellenius. To the red line, the blue line drops to right wing side, carried down along the boards, spin around, and a shot into the knees of Primo, who covers up and holds on for a face-off. Again, we'll have a little pushing and shoving in front of the net. As Johnson, in the middle of 5 Laval players, were ball pushing at him, and Hellenius coming in trying to maybe give him a little help, but he's escorted away. Hey, enjoy pregame happy hour presented by the Genesee Brewery. Every Friday night game, $3 12-ounce canned beers inside the Genesee Brew House at Blue Cross Arena, 6 o'clock until puck drop. The Amherst will be home next Friday night. Wednesday against Charlotte, Friday against Providence. Couple of games against the North Division coming up, or against the Atlantic Division. Face off to the left of Primo. Amherst now have taken the lead in shots 15-13. After trailing 10-4 at the end of the first period. Long shot from the right point. Glove stop. Primo holds on. Another face-off coming up in the Laval zone. The Ops will step in for the face-off as Hellenius on the left side, Fiddler Schultz on the right. Puck drop, rolling into the corner. Rocket have it, pass through the slot and up the near wing to center ice. On the right wing board, scoop the rest of the way in, round behind the Amherst net by Barry Belay. Amherst get back first. Down the near board, spin it out into the slot, carried forward by Yops, gains the red line, dumps it in. Chased down the far corner by Rusak. He's grabbed onto, but in behind the net, draws the puck behind as he's upended. It's pulled around to the near point, kept in by Johnson. Long shot to the net, glove stop for Primo, holds on for a face-off. Again, we'll get a little pushing going on as Rusak backs out. Hey, you deserve a car that thrills you in. Nissan's got an exciting full line that'll put goosebumps on your goosebumps. Experience the thrill for yourself. Shop at your local Nissan dealership and nissanusa.com. Face-off will be in the Laval zone. Coming to the right of Primo. As we get set, the draw back into the slot, but the Rocket getting to it first, cleared away down ice by Davidson. The Amherst chase back for it. Down behind the net, pulled off into the near corner. Thrown up the left wing side through to center ice. Long pass, a little bit out of the reach of Tullio, and it's shot the other way, again back in the Rochester zone, getting to it Metza. Jams it up the wall to center ice, picked up by the Rocket, scooped in over the Rochester line, and into the near corner, Tullio back. As he turns in the corner, bump but gets away, flips it off the glass, high in the air, down ice, and a race for the puck. Slager trying to win the race, does, beating Sevigny into the puck. And in the near corner as they tie up, puck just laying there is finally pulled away, and the Rocket have it. To the far boards, flipped in the air, out to center ice. Chased back by the Amherst. Novikov will bang it along the wall, out over the line to center ice. However, it's deflected back in the zone, and Laval has to clear the zone. They do, making changes. Pass to center ice, trying to catch Austin on a breakaway. Does get to the puck first behind the net. No icing. Puck cleared around the far boards. Tipped along the wall to center ice. Komarov will bat that aside. To the near wall, picked up at the red line and fired in around behind the net by Murray. Comes down the far corner. Fiddler Schultz bounced off his stick. In the corner, Hayes is there for the Rocket. He'll feed up the wall, and now to center ice. Here comes Laval. Dumping it in behind the Amerks net. Rochester back for it. As Clegg hammered up against the backboards by Hervé Pinard. On the backboards and behind the net, Murray has it in his skates. As he's battling for the puck, Komarov there to help out, and Clegg also, who's going to come up with a penalty. Off in the far corner, it'll be a cross-checking penalty to Clegg as he dumped the Laval player from behind. So now it'll be a power play opportunity coming up here for the Rocket. 5:25 to go. Second period, 1-0 lead for the Amherst. This is the Amherst Broadcast Network. So it's Clegg, 2 for cross-checking. First power play opportunity of the game for Laval. They were 0 for 4 last night. 1-0 lead for the Amherst. 5.5 to go in the second period. Face off to the right of Levi. Kozak for the Amherst in for the face-off. Puck dropped and pulled in behind the net. Johnson gets to it first. Finds an opening, throws it out to center ice. Behind the play, players tangled up, finally separate, and it's all the way down around behind the Laval net. Carried away by Barré-Boulet. Picked up and now out to center ice. Throws it in on the left wing side, dumps it in the corner, getting to it. He'll lay it around behind the net all the way out to the near point. Kept in by Waugh at the right point. Skates down on the boards into the corner. Dropped back and pulled through to the point. Kept in by Mailloux. To the other side. Down on the left wing boards, back at the point again. Mailloux has it there. On the left wing boards for Farrell. He'll then trade places. Drop pass along the boards, carried down the corner by Mailloux. Shot in, stick stop Levi. And the rebound in front. Puck pulled away up the slot. Taking his time, bringing it forward. Kozak all by himself. Carries it in over the blue line. Throws it in the slot. Moving in and a shot knocked down. On the shot coming by Rathbone. Amherst were in on goal. 2-0 but didn't know it. Carried up ice. Wide to the left side. Centering pass out in front. That's blocked away in the slot. Getting hold of it. Schleicher kicks it forward, but still not out. On the near wing, Barré-Boulet throws it through to the far boards. Mailloux on the left wing side. Feet in front, dropped off and a shot in. Off the right pad of Levi coming down the corner. As they tip away at it. In behind the net, 40 seconds to go in the penalty. And now the whistle to stop play. Not sure exactly why. Don't see an indication of a penalty. Puck must have popped up out of play. 4:05 to go, second period. Face-off coming up in the Amherst zone again. Well, the puck came loose, and it ended up a 2-on-0 in front of the net for the Amherst. Rathbone just wound up between the circles and hammered a shot, but he had an Amherst with him, so they were 2-0. He didn't know it, or that he had that much room, and Primo able to make the stop. Puck dropped, pulled out back at the point. Amherst get in the way of that one, and that's spun around and down ice by Wahlberg. So back for it. Out behind his net, Engstrom's back on the ice. After getting a little repair work, being hit in the face with the puck, carried it down a pass on the left wing side, brought away and up to the Rochester blue line, scooped in over the line, a give and go and around behind the net, chased down the backboards. But in behind the net, Metza has it in his skates. That's popped loose around the near side, sneaks through over the line to center ice. Recovered by Davidson. Pass cross rink on the near side. Harvey Pinard entered the Amerks zone. Up the right wing, will drop it back to the point. Davidson to the other side, shot in, pad save, and rebound on the near side. They hack away at it. Amherst get a hold of it, cleared out of the zone. Penalty is expired as Clegg is out of the box. Here come the Rocket again. Working it in over the Rochester line. Nifty move up the right wing side by Davidson. Got a one-handed backhander away, and that one wide of the net. Amherst take it. Turn along the board, spun out over the line to center ice. Up with it, Yops. Working wide to the right side. Got slowed up on the puck now, tipped away at the blue line. Feed in over the Rochester line. Up the wing and bumped and dumped from behind to Simino. Gets back up, drops the puck to the left point. That's kept in. And the puck dumped around behind the Amerks net. On the backboards as they tie up in behind. Spun off in the far corner, pulled away by Jakai back at the point to the near side. One-time shot, but that blocked in the high slot and carried away up the near wing by Fiddler Schultz. Drops it off for Ostlund. Pulls it in over the blue line, top of the slot. Working wide to the right side, spins back. Drops it off at the point. That shot in wide of that bounces out in front where it's grabbed and held onto by Primo for a face-off. 2:27 the time remaining here in the second period. And again, it is a 1-0 lead for the Amerks with the face-off coming up in the Laval zone to my left. By the way, Laval next game will be Wednesday night back here at Place Bell against Bridgeport. They'll take on the Islanders. And then next weekend they'll head out for two on the road, Friday and Saturday, both games in Utica. Face-off coming up to the left now of Primo. As the puck is dropped, kick back a top shot in. That miss goes wide, round the boards, down from the left point, kept in by Komarov. Scoops a backhander behind the net. Fiddler Schultz digs it out there and bounced off the end of his stick and pulled away and up the slot to center ice. Hammers get a hold of it, will turn and dump it right back in. Rocket have it. That bouncing loose in the slot, backhander toward the net out in front. Unable to get a shot away as it tied up, but kept in top of the slot. Weaving his way out top again. Austin moving in. There's a shot. Off a stick, tipped up over top of the net. Comes down the far corner, pass it on the wall. Flipped in the air to center ice by Barry Belay. Batted ahead. And pass on the part of the Amerks. So that stops play. A minute 51 remaining in the second period. Get your Zweigel's family 4-pack for any Friday through Sunday game this season. Includes 4 tickets, 4 hot dogs, 4 sodas for $79. For more information, go to amerks.com/Zweigels. And the face-off will be coming up at the Rochester blue line. Puck drop, pulled out on the near side. Back in front of the Amerks net to Rathbone. Throws it up the right wing and tipped the rest of the way down by Tullio. Race for the puck in the corner as they tie up and on the backboard, still pinned up along the wall. That's in skates and behind the Laval net, comes loose, chipped around the far side, then a feed to the slot, and here come the Rocket. Up the right wing side, chipped along the boards by Waugh, deep into the corner, turning back for Johnson. As he gets spun around in the corner, able to play the puck along the near boards, but grabbed again at the point and kept in by Engstrom. To the other side, wrist shot in, goes wide and comes around the near wing, tipped along the wall out of the zone to center ice. Trying to get loose is Tullio as he has stood up going for the puck and ended up on top of the Laval player, and it's going to be a penalty coming up here. Question is, and both referees are indicating a penalty. The question is, who's it going to be to? Tullio was chasing after the puck. The Laval player jumped in front of him and Tullio jumped onto his back. Well, it sure seems like it should have been interference the other way, and the Amerks are going to talk with the referee about that. But is a penalty coming up to Rochester for holding in the time of this one at 18:52 of the second period. 2 minutes for holding. Second power play opportunity of the game for the Rocket. Amerks penalty killing brought to you by Frank's Basement Systems. Face-off coming to the right of Levi. Stepping in for the face-off is Warren. Back drop, pulled out top of the slot, back at the left point, kept in. Carried down into the corner. Down on the left wing side and out top of the slot. Farrer right back along the left wing. And they shot in, but that through and out the backdoor side along the near wing. Amherst get a hold of it. Spinning back in the corner, Warren drops it off, and the puck fired in the air and all the way down ice. Under a minute to go in the second period. From behind the net, starting to work forward. Here come the Rocket. Still on the man advantage. As the puck dumped in the Amherst zone off of the corner, shot around behind the net, all the way out of the near wing. And it's slipped in behind the net again. Farrell's in front of the net. That's played by Dauphin. Back at the left point, kept in by Maillot. He'll throw it to the near side. Barry Belay stumbles, gets back up off a knee, still has the puck. Looking for a lane. He'll drop it on top of the slot on the right side. One-time shot, and that one wide. Might have gone off of Rathbone. Round the near side. Puck blocked away at the blue line, tipped out over the line. Wahlberg brings it forward, 2-on-1 with Rathbone. Pass to Rathbone, and it's deflected away as he was winding up for the shot. Out in front, feet in front, shot by Wahlberg, and that's blocked there by Primo as he tried the 5-hole, and the horn sounds to end the second period. Well, the Amherst have had some excellent shorthanded situations, tries on the shorthanded situation, but just couldn't sneak another one by Primo. So we have completed now 2 here at the Place Bell in Laval. And after 2 periods, it is the Amherst on top, 1-0. This is the Amherst Broadcast Network.
C'est le point de la place de la jouer à trouver votre rythme, trouver votre kick, bien sûr, présenté par Nissan. Et là, ce que je veux dire par là, c'est qu'on a plein d'agents représentants de Nissan. Ils viennent faire le party avec nous sur la glace. Ils vont danser sur la fameuse chanson à Charlotte Cardin. Et je veux qu'on les encourage tout le monde. Alors, c'est parti. On va voir le talent danseur ici. Let's go, DJ, joue la musique. Et là, tout le monde va se faire avec nous.
Once again, back at Place Bell here in Laval, it is a 1-goal game. This period recap brought to you by Bob Johnson Auto Group. No scoring in the first period. Second period, the first and only goal of the game came at 5:55 of the second period. Graham Slaggert of the Amherst picking up his 10th of the year with Joshua assisting, and this again is the only goal of the game thus far. So again, Slaggert getting his 10th, Joshua with the assist, and the Amherst up 1-0, holding on for the rest of the period. In that period, 2 penalties, 4 minutes against the Amherst, and 1 for 2 minutes against the Rocket in the game. The penalties are all even up now. Each team has been penalized 3 times for 9 minutes. Well, the Amherst turned the tables on the shots in that second period. They were outshot in the first period 10-4, but came back and led in the second period 14-5. So in the game now, the Amherst are leading in shots by an 18-15 margin. Amherst usually out shooting the opposition have slowed up in that category a little bit. Of late, they were outshot the 2 previous games. Coming in tonight, still 4th in the league, averaging 31.5 shots a game. And so the Amherst getting back on top after 2 periods in shots, 18-15. The Amherst are 0 for 2 in the power play. The Rocket are 0 for 1 and have 52 seconds remaining in their second power play opportunity, which will carry over to the second period. So again, the Amherst are going to be shorthanded for at least 52 seconds to start the second period. In goal for the Amherst, it's Levi having stopped 15 of 15. At the other end, Primo having stopped 17 of 18. So another goaltending duel here at Place Bell in Laval, and puts the Amherst on top by a very slim lead, 1-0. Last night, the Amherst also had a 1-goal lead after 2 periods. Ended up, for only the second time in the season, dropping the game in regulation when they had the lead going into the third period. So we'll see if the Amherst can not do that again here in this one, as they have the 1-goal lead going into the second period. All right, we got more to come your way during our intermission here from Place Bell in Laval. After 2, the Amherst 1, Rocket 0. This is the Amherst Broadcast Network. Place Bell in Laval, 56th game of the season for the Amherst. Have dropped to second place, 1 point behind Laval, so this is the battle for first place in the American Hockey League right now between these two teams. Laval took that spot away from the Amherst last night. The Amherst trying to regain it here in this one. Have a 1-0 lead again after 2 periods. And this intermission feature is brought to you by Caraglio's Pizza. Great people, great place, great taste. Now let's check in now on the latest plays of the week from around the American Hockey League.
Welcome to March, where the AHL schedule becomes an all-out dash to the Calder Cup playoffs. The races are heating up, teams are jockeying for position, and the highlights are always electric. I'm Daniel Fink from the Manitoba Moose with your AHL Plays of the Week. Let's start things out with some milestone markers, shall we? Atlee Calvert got his first AHL goal at a key moment for the Wilkes-Barre-Scranton Penguins. The final day of February saw the Pens with a 1-0 lead late in the game, and that's when Calvert pounced to provide some insurance. Here's Nick Hart with the clutch tally.
Scooped out by the Penguins. McRourty now pressuring Crozier, stolen away. Rooker McCourty behind the net in front. Calvert shoots and scores! And Lee Calvert gets his first AHL goal in prime time for the Pens.
The next day saw rookie defender Jorian Donovan nab his first AHL tally in the dying seconds of a 4-1 Belleville Senators loss to the Laval Rocket. Donovan's goal came just one game after Senators defenseman Jabril Touré scored his first AHL tally. Here's David Foote with Donovan's first in the league.
So 8 seconds to go. Sens get it out. Jorian Donovan shoots. He scores! The first AHL goal for Jorian Donovan comes late in the game. It's a shutout spoiler. And Dono has got his first a day after his buddy Jabril.
While it wasn't the first goal of his career, Corey Andonovski scored his first as a member of the Springfield Thunderbirds on Saturday. The recent trade acquisition from the Penguins pulled the Thunderbirds even with Providence, setting the stage for an eventual shootout win. Here's Ryan Smith with Andonovski's tying strike.
Andonovski down the right wing, sending it across ice. Alexandrov had it roll past him. McEachran turns and shoots, save rebound. Andonovski scores! His first as a teamer comes at a huge moment. Corey Andonovski ties it at 3 with 3:08 remaining.
The Lehigh Valley Phantoms have been scoring in bunches, and that includes a recent 9-game point streak for leading scorer Ollie Lexell, who drove their 5-3 win over Bridgeport on Saturday with 2 goals and an assist. There's Bob Roadtruck on the call.
Gaucher face-off win. Lexell, the slide, he scores! Ollie Lexell finds the handle, grip it and rip it, his second goal of the game. A 3-point game for Ollie, his 17th of the year. 2:04 to go in the second. It's 4-2 Phantoms.
The Manitoba Moose scored a 5-2 win over the Grand Rapids Griffins in an early school day game on Tuesday, with the Griffins threatening on the power play in the third. Jared Anderson-Dolan and Axel Janssen-Fjallby combined to turn the tables with a shorthanded tally. Here's Janssen-Fjallby with the shorty, his second goal of the game.
Puck around to the far side. Anderson-Dolan's going to race over there and pick it up, and he's just going to keep going. 2-on-1 for the Moose. Anderson-Dolan looking out in front. Janssen-Fjallby, backhander, scores!
Entering last Saturday's game in Tucson, Rockford had yet to win an overtime contest through 8 tries this season. With the extra point on the line, Ice Hogs forward Zach Sanford rose to the occasion. Dana Gray on the mic for Sanford's second goal of the game.
Cini reloads with Sanford, has Crevier, right wing, Sanford holds, Sanford shoots, pad save, rebound corralled in, they score! It's Zach Sanford! And on the first day of March, the Ice Hogs have their first win of the season in overtime. And the extra point is coming back to Rockford.
The Rochester Americans started out the week by wrapping up a 5-game homestand, winning 4 of their outings and moving them to the top of the table in the AHL. The Amerks have been led in part by the second half surge of rookie center Noah Ostlund. The Stockholm, Sweden native has 21 points in his past 21 games, and Don Stevens has the call.
Oh, out of his net, Jari will shoot it to the far boards. Hammers will steal it away. Top of the slot, kept in. Pass on the right side, one-time shot. They score! A great feed on the right wing to Ostlund. Hammers a one-timer inside the post. And the Amerks regain their 3-goal lead.
Washington Capitals prospect Ivan Miroshnichenko is red hot right now. After scoring 2 goals in Hershey's win last Saturday, he added the Bears' opening tally on the power play the next day, which proved to be the game winner in a 4-0 shutout of Lehigh Valley. Zach Fish to bring it home this week.
Hershey with it from the blue line. It's Bear. Fire side one-timer. Miroshnichenko, he scores! A rocket from the left circle, blows it by the blocker of Petrozelli. Miroshnichenko with goals in 3 straight. It's 1-0 Hershey.
Less than 20 games to go in the regular season, and questions still abound as the playoff picture remains murky at best. Keep an eye on your favorite team's quest for the postseason at theAHL.com, and don't miss any of the action with AHL TV on FloHockey. I'm Daniel Fink from the Manitoba Moose. Thanks for listening to the AHL Plays of the Week.
All right, Daniel, thank you very much for that, the latest edition of Plays of the Week. You mentioned under 20 games to go. Actually, the Amerks have 56 games now. This is 16 games remaining in the regular season. Man, is it coming quick. So we have completed now 2 periods here in Laval. Period 3 coming up, and the Amerks with a very slim 1-0 lead Can they hang on to this one tonight? We'll find out as we'll return for the third period in a moment. Again, 1-0 for the Amerks after 2. This is the Amerks Broadcast Network. Back at Place Bell in Belleville. I keep saying Belleville. It just seems to fit. Back at Place Bell in Laval. There, we got it right. As the Amerks lead the Laval Rocket by a 1-0 score. Tonight's intermission report is brought to you by Nissan. We're talking about games remaining, and they said that the Amerks have 16 games left. And amongst those, after this game, it will be 11 games left against the North Division and 5 remaining against the Atlantic Division. The 2 of those games will come this coming week, Wednesday against Charlotte and Friday against Providence, which will then leave 3 games against the Atlantic Division. But the Amerks have still, after this one, they got 3 more games with Belleville and 3 against Syracuse, with 2 games against Toronto and 1 each against Cleveland, Utica, and Laval. So 11 games for the Amerks remaining after this one here today. That in the North Division. All right, it's late on a Saturday, getting confused. Better head for a break. It's coming up period 3. After 2 periods of play, Amerks up 1-0. This is the Amerks Broadcast Network. The third period, and the first thing the Amerks have in their order of business is to kill off the remaining 52 seconds of their penalty. Power play opportunity, number 2 of the game for Laval. 1-0 lead for the Amerks. Kozak will step in for the face-off against Dauphin. As the Rockets starting off the period with that very potent line of Dauphin, Farrell, and, Waugh up front. Where's Fiddler? There's Barry Bollet as the puck and enters the Amerks zone, reaching in. Kozak stole it momentarily. That's blocked down the corner and turned to the corner boards after it. Waugh pinned up on the back boards as they hammer away at it in the corner. Cleared around to the far point, kept in. Slammed along the wall by Mayu. Around behind the Amerks net, comes down on the near wall and getting hold of it, Dauphin. Carries it out on the left wing side, drops it back at the point. Mayu pass to the right wing. As he's watched there by Kozak. Slips it down side of the net, feet in front. Shot knocked down, and the rebound cleared off into the near corner. Back at the left point, kept in again. Spun to the far side by Mayu. Up the right side, Farrell has it. As he moves out into the circle and drops it down to the side of the net. They have Waugh in front of the net, pulled out on the far wing again. Feed across the goal mouth, comes down the far corner. Penalty expires. Amerks full strength. Out of the penalty box is Tullio. He'll get to the puck first in behind the Laval net. Draws it out the near side into the corner. And then he's checked and sends it behind the net to the far side for Ostlund. As he's tied up on the sideboards by Trudeau. Puck pops loose and then dumped down the corner again. Back for it, the Rocket. Behind the net, coming down the far corner. After it is Jakai, pinned up to the wall. Comes loose, Austin drops it back to the left point. On the near side, backhanded off the wall and deep into the corner. As they tie up on the backboards. Drawn away again, the right wing side for Novikov. Long shot, he knocked down in front. Rebound is there, and getting a stick on it, Primo, as the Amerks tried to poke in the rebound. In the near corner, cleared along the glass to the point, knocked down by Johnson, but then jammed along the wall and down ice. Round behind the Amerks net goes Davidson, chased after. On his heels, Novikov dropped off in the slot. Shot and missed the left point. Post by Engstrom. Out in front again, another shot. And off the heel of Davidson, ends up in the far corner. And along the wall, the Amerks bring it up ice. Wide on the right side, in over the line. Murray will drop it off. Near boards, moving in. Yops in, backhander. As blocked away by Primo. Pass out in front from behind the net. Picked off and carried away by Jakai. Flips it down to the Rochester blue line, getting a hold of it. Komarov will drop it back. Amerks have it in behind their net. As the teams finish up making changes, pass ahead, tipped in over the line, pulled off on the near side. Going for the puck, upended, was Rusak. No call, puck along the near wing, carried out over the line to center ice. Condata to the red line, shoots it in hard around behind the Amerks net, comes down the far corner. Clegg reversing it back to the near boards. Long shot in, knocked down in behind the net. It's out in front, and Condata fans on a shot. Back at the near point, kept it again. At top, there's Witherspoon's shot, just wide of the left post. Comes down and off in the corner, cleared back by Harvey Pinard to the point. Shot blocked, and the puck then ends up around behind the Amerks net. Chasing after the far corner goes Yops. A lot of pressure being applied here by the Rocket, but the Amerks able to clear the zone. Brought up the near side and over the line by Hellenius. All by himself, then he's slammed up along the glass on the near side. Slow getting up, puck dumped along the boards and down, and Amerks will chase after it. This will be an icing call. So that stops play, and Hellenius, who is checked face first into the glass, goes back to the bench, holding on to up around the nose area, being checked out by the Amerks trainer, Michael Dess. Seems like he's all right. Got the referee being called over to talk to Amerks assistant coach Vinny Prospel. Actually, the Amerks co-coaches for the night again tonight, Vinny and Nathan Page. As Coach Leone still trying to weather the storm of this bug that's going around, is not here. He's back at the hotel. Face off coming to the right of Primo. Kozak will step in for the face-off against Condata. The puck still in the circle, being kicked at, now pulled away by Waugh. Backhands it out to center ice. Johnson chasing back for it. Gets a hold of it, slides it through in front of his net to the near boards for Rathbone. He then plays it up the wall, and that over the line to center ice. back at the right point, kept in, now to the near side. Long shot in by Sauvigny, missed the net. Down behind and out the other side. Long shot in Bocage, and the rebound pulled out the near wing. As the puck jammed around behind the Amherst net again, to the far point. Still kept in, slipped along the right wing boards, and they feed down into the corner. They got RV Pinard to feed in front, shot knocked down in front, and the Amherst got a hold of the puck and cleared along the wall and out of the zone. Take it back again, both teams making changes. It's recovered by the Rocket in their own zone, 15:38 to go in the third. 1-0 Rochester lead. Puck played around the near wing and a pass through the slot to the far boards out to center ice. Amherst get a hold of it. Backhanded forward in the zone, but recovered there by Laval. And slipped along the boards and now to center ice. Farrell leads the way. Up the near side to the Rochester blue line, in over the line, Dauphin. Pass off and in the corner, Amherst back for it. And on the backboards, moving in, looking to dig it out, Ostlund. But he's tied up. And the puck in behind the net. Farrell has it. Spinning around the corner. Pass ahead. Knocked loose in front. Turnaround shot. And then one deflected just wide to the back post. Out the far wing and out top of the slot. Kept in by Engstrom. On the near boards. Backpedaling out top. Tried to throw it along the boards. Nice stick right there by Fiddler Schultz. Pulls it out to center ice. And then he's tied up. The puck got away and recovered again by the Rocket at their own blue line. Pass out to center ice. Bounced away. Amherst take it right back. Burned in over the line on the near wing. Feed to the slot. Bounced over the stick of Murray coming down the far corner and chased after by Engstrom. Out to center ice, leading the charge for the Rocket. Up the right wing. Farrell backhands it to the corner. Back goes Komarov for the Amherst. Getting to it, Clegg. Sends it ahead on the near wall. Fiddler Schultz along the boards. Over the line to center ice. Picked off there by Simoneau. Long dumped in on goal. Grabbed by Levi, and he's going to hold on for the face-off. 14:23 to go in the third. Amherst holding on by the skin of their teeth right now, 1-0. Hey, stop by your local Advantage Federal Credit Union to get your Amherst debit card. Every time you use your card, a portion of each transaction is donated to the Villa of Hope, helping to support our local youth in Rochester. Face off, coming to Levi's right. Stepping in is Jops for the face off. Puck drawn to the near boards, back at the left point, kept in, swept around behind the Amherst all the way to the far side. Komarov reaching in, tying up. As the puck is cycled back into the corner once again, Simoneau tying up there, and it pops loose. It's drawn away in the sideboards by Jops, escapes, and begins to work the center ice. To the red line, he'll shoot it in. Off in the near corner, after goes Rusak. Backhand around behind the net to the far corner. Jops gets a hold of it. Gets slowed up and double teamed in the corner, but comes out of the corner with the puck. Then he's pinned to the backboards again. There's dug out by Hellenius. Drops at left point. Skating along the blue line. Clegg, backhander in the slot. That's dropped off. Rusak leaves it there. Back at the right point, kept in by Rathbone, and his pass to the left wing side is deflected around behind the Laval net. Fired up the wall ahead, but pulled away off the stick of Weatherspoon. Amherst should keep it in. On the near wing once again. Jops will shoot it around behind, then rings it all the way around the far boards. Rusak after it, tying up in the corner. And in to help out Weatherspoon, but again, Amherst get a hold of it again. Back at the left point to the near side. Rathbone one-time shot, kicked away off the left pad of Primo. Puck comes down the corner, and after it and behind the net is Rusak, been out there for a long time. Kozak draws it back at the left point. Out to the right side for Hellenius, down on the near boards to Rathbone. He'll then drop it down in the corner, back to the point, and able to get a lane for a shot as Hellenius spinning around on the near boards. Rusak, boy, he's been there a long time now. Pass it on the near wing, taken by Rathbone, wrist shot in, grabbed and held onto by Primo for a face-off as Kozak gets a little pushing and shoving. 12:51 to go in the third period. 1-0 Rochester lead. This is the Amherst Broadcast Network.
Je suis en compagnie de Isaac et on va jouer à Oikosmo. Bien sûr, il y a quand même une qui est avec nous. Isaac, je t'explique, c'est dans la scène, il y a des gros autres qui vont être affichés à l'écran et tu devras nous dire, selon toi, où Oikosmo. On cherche les lieux qui sont relativement professionnels. On y va, est-ce que c'est bien? Oui, on va aller, mon cher Isaac. Et là, comme je te dis, ça c'est pas comme. Je veux pas que tu me dises c'est où sur la planète. Je veux que tu me dises ça c'est quoi? C'est où ça? C'est un château, ben oui, exactement. Isaac, on prend les principes, j'aime ça. On va voir déjà la deuxième image. Oh, je pense que c'est quand même facile à deviner ça. Mais il y a une petite twist. Un bateau pirate, oh que oui. Et est-ce que Isaac sera 3 en
12:51 to go in the third period. And the Amherst leading 1-0. Only goal scored by Sligert back at 5:55 of the second period, assisted by Joshua. Face-off coming to the left of Primo, who has only 3 losses in regulation this season. And that in his 15 appearances. Puck now at the center ice, dumped all the way down the Amherst zone. Shot by Levi around the far boards. Pass out top of the slot, kept in. Down on the right wing side for Waugh, reaching in to strip it off his stick is Austin, but then in turn he's tied up. And the puck deflected through the slot to the near boards. Rathbone gets to it. Off the wall, but at the point, block kept in by Condata. Round behind the Amherst net, all the way into the far corner. As he's watched there by Murray, drops it back behind the net. That got through, and on the near boards, Amherst chasing after it. Fiddler Schultz takes it out in the slot for Murray. He'll throw it along the left wing side. That's through and down inside the Laval blue line. Back for it go the Rocket. Turned ahead now, but spinning back in his own zone, Hagstrom. As he'll stop in front of his net. Looks it over, throws it ahead on the left wing side to center ice, where it's scooped the rest of the way down in the zone by Bocage. Amherst take it away and quickly reverse it to center ice. Poked ahead deep in the corner, chased after by Wahlberg. Down behind the Laval net, puck left in the near corner. Spun up the wall where it's carried away by Kidney to center ice. And in turn, pass blocked away, but then bounced off the stick of Metza. Down in the Amherst zone off in the near corner. As they jam away in the corner boards, Metza trying to poke it loose. And watching on in behind the net, Novikov, as they tie up still in behind the Amherst net. Dug away on the near side. Warren drops it back and hopped over a stick coming down the far corner. Novikov getting to it first, sends it up the wall, but at the blue line blocked and kept in. Long shot toward the net, bouncing down in the slot, and the Amherst dig it out and bring it away. To center ice at the red line, thrown off on the near side. In the zone is Arsenault. He'll pass back on the right wing side through top of the slot. And a long shot, he kicked away by Levi. He did the splits, got his left pad on that one to boot it all the way down ice. Amherst getting to it, Sligert gets there first. Backhands it around behind the net, then he squeezed out on the back boards, and the puck cleared out on the near wing. Slammed along the wall out to center ice, and the Amherst back for it. Swept away, again on the near wing, and turned up the right wing side where Joshua will scoop it the rest of the way down. Round behind the Laval net, Primo shoots it out on the near boards. Back at the point area as they hammer away at it, pops loose, and now Primo will backhand it behind the net around the other side. Poked away to the point, and it's out over the line, but batted away by the Amherst. Pass up the near wing. Here's Farrell in over the Rochester line. Throws a backhander to the far boards. At top of the slot, Weatherspoon shot. Glove stop for Levi, and he holds on for the face-off. A great save just a few minutes ago on a split by Levi. It looked like he was screened, but kicked the left leg out to boot the shot away. And that's going to be tonight's save of the game, which is brought to you by ESL Federal Credit Union. Face-off coming to Levi's left. Yops in for the face-off. 10:21 to go here in the third. Puck drop, pull back in the corner, get into it Rathbone. Flips it away in the air. Down ice, rolling in toward the net and around behind the net where it's picked up by the Rocket. Backhanded by Weatherspoon around the far side. And up the right wing towards to center ice is Farrell. Turns it in over the Rochester line, drops it on the near side. Dauphin tried to throw it in front by getting a stick on a Rathbone. Rings it around the boards at the far point where it's kept in. And a shot in, but that's knocked down. Again, the Rocket get the rebound out high. Top of the slot, carried along the blue line to the near point by Farrell, all the way down on the left wing side into the corner, chased around behind the net by Rusak, and the Amherst dig the puck out and bring it away. Thrown through the slot along the near side, dropped off, return pass up the right wing. In the zone, but squeezed out is Yops, does shovel the backhander down into the corner, but that's blocked away and now controlled and brought up ice by the Rocket. Davidson will ring it around behind the net, comes down the far corner. Bouncing to the corner boards, kept in there by Jakai, and the puck in the corner, reaching in for it is Yops, poked along the wall, Simino after it, as he's watched there by Hellenius, who pulls the puck off his stick and backhands it away and down ice. Past the halfway point now of the third period. On the near wing up the left side, Trudeau, his pass stolen away, nice stick right there from Oslin, but the puck, well, the Hammers do get it back again, turned it over the line, and a pass by Murray off the backhand, hits a stick and deflects down into the far corner. Down behind the Laval net, shot around the near boards. Reaching in for it in the corner. as they tie up is Murray. That puck still in skates, dug out finally by the Amherst. Austin throws it on top of the slot, feed to the side of the net, into the knees of Primo, who covers up and holds on. 8:41 to go in the third period. Amherst on top, but just by 1 goal, 1-0. This is the Amherst Broadcast Network. Face-off coming to the right of Primo. Hey, join the party on the Advantage Party Deck, available for groups of 10 or more for just $65. Includes a game ticket, access to the party deck, and all-inclusive food and drink. For more information, go to amherst.com/party. Set for the face-off, Fiddler Schultz stepping in for the Amherst. For this face-off against Kandata. Puck is dropped, drawn back at the left point. Metza keeps it in, takes a shot. That knocked down in front, up with the rebound, Novikov, but no lane to get a shot away. He'll just drive it around behind the Laval net. On the backboards, dug out by Murray. In the far corner, pinned up to the wall by Mayu. Still up against the boards, and Murray pulls it loose as he's still pinned up, able to shovel a pass around behind the net, but picked off there by the Rocket, and a pass up the near wing brought away by Waugh. To center ice, enters the Amherst zone, top of the slot. That puck knocked off the end of his stick, coming down the near corner. Waugh will spin it around to the far point. Long shot in, kicked away by Levi all the way up to the near point. That's kept in, fired in on goal, knocked down by Levi. It came down between his knees as it was touched with a high stick, but couldn't get a hold of it. And the puck then is batted aside and around the far boards into the corner, dug out and back at the right point. To the left side, moving in Witherspoon with a shot. Deflected off a stick wide, comes down behind the net. Spun around into the far corner, a pass up the wall, slammed along the boards. Batted at, kept in. As the Amherst do recover the puck, and both teams now will get fresh legs out. Brought away by the Amherst, long pass ahead for Warren. Deflects it the rest of the way down. Round behind the Laval net, 7.5 to go. Puck in the corner, behind the net. Kozak draws it loose, but in the slot, pulled away by Bocage. He'll work up ice. Over the red line, shot in around behind the net. Comes down the near wing, back at the point, kept in. Shot toward the net, in a goal and a stick stop for Levi. Puck is deflected along the near boards to the point. Out over the line and blocked the rest of the way down by Kozak. Back for it goes Arsenault. For the Rocket up the right side, Bocage jams it in behind the Amherst net. Levi stops it there. He'll clear it off the glass around the boards. On the far wing to the point. Pops loose and turned out over. No, is blocked at the point and kept in still. Off the right side, brought in, shot, knocked down. They hammer away at the puck in front of the net. And it is in the net. They score. A mass of bodies in front of the net. Levi down on the ice. Somehow it popped through and in the net. And the Rocket have come back here to tie it up. Such a shame for Devin Levi after his spectacular performance. 13-12 of the third, time of this goal. Well, the puck was, they were just hammering it away. Looked like one time it hit the post, came back out, and finally put away. We'll have to figure out who it was to actually get the goal. Arsenault was there. But anyway, even up now. Looks like Arsenault is going to get that goal. So, even up at 1. And the puck shot in around behind the Laval net out on the far boards. Drawn along the wall out to center ice.
Numéro 18. Rocket goal, his 5th of the season, scored by number 18, Vincent Arsenault.
So it is Arsenault.
Avec l'aide du numéro 21, assisted by number 21, Riley Kidney.
Kidney with an assist.
13 minutes 12 secondes at 13 minutes 12 seconds.
So 1 assist. And the puck now in this brand new game is dumped down into the Laval zone, but hammered up the near boards to center ice. On the left wing boards, in over the line, Dauphin slowed up and slammed into the corner boards, and that spun around behind the net. All the way out to the right point for Engstrom. Long shot in, kicked away, getting the right skate on it, Levi. And a pass up the wall. Here in over the line is Rusek on the left wing side, trying to break out in front. But he steered behind the net and upended by Engstrom. No call, puck on the backboards, drawn out in front, but the Rocket get to it and then is poked away by Hellenius. In the corner after it is Rusek, jammed up in the corner, gets the puck, slams it around behind the net out the near point for Metza. He'll dump it in behind the net. Drawn away in the far corner, taken by Rusek. Round the far boards, trying to lay it back at the point, but the pass picked off and carried to the center ice by Simoneau. He'll turn, shoot it in, round behind the Amerks net. Metza getting to it, rings it around the boards on the near wing. At the point, kept in by Weatherspoon, shot in, stick stop, Levi out in front, backhander on the rebound, batted wide. Out of the far point, that's through and down, and not enough on for racing. Rocket trying to make it 2 nights in a row to come from behind and to win it in the third period when trailing going into the third. Puck shot around the near boards, out to the point. They've done it a few times this year, perhaps most in the league. They've come from behind in the third period when trailing to win it 8 times. Carried up the right wing side, over the line, but picked up high slot for the Amerks who bring it out over the line to center ice. Cross ring to the near boards, poked in over the line by Fiddler Schultz, now drawn down the corner and dumped around behind the net. Off on the other side, Murray gets to it. He'll lay it around behind the net. Picked up by Mayu, throws it through into the slot and now through to center ice. Up the right wing, Harvey Pinard will backhand it into the Amerks zone, chased down the corner by Komarov. Down behind the net, Amerks have it. Thrown up the near side to center ice. Backhanded from the red line, in over the line by Wahlberg, coming down the far corner and jammed along the wall out to center ice. Amerks have it back at their own blue line. Rathbone feeds forward. Up with it, Wahlberg begins to work his way to center ice. Pass off the right wing side, off the stick of Warren and in, around behind the net, and the whistle stops play. 3:56 to go in the third period, and we are tied at 1. Again, Arsenault with his 5th goal of the season. And 11th point, Kidney. Now has 13 points of the season. The face-off coming to the right of Levi. Laval has regained the lead in shots, now 27-24. So Laval out shooting the Amerks here in the third. Pass is dumped forward. Taken right back by the Rocket. Entering the Amerks zone along the near wing is Dauphin. Dumps it down the left wing corner. Left laying in the corner around the near side. Back at the left point where it's kept in. Scoop down the corner. Dauphin in front. And a one-time shot by Barré-Bollet is up over top of everything and out of play. 3:35 to go in the third. It's even at 1. This is the Amerks Broadcast Network.
Les billets sont à partir de 19$ plus taxes par match.
even up at one apiece here in Laval. Hey, you deserve a car that thrills you, and Nissan's got an exciting full line that'll put goosebumps on your goosebumps. Experience the thrill for yourself. Shop at your local Nissan dealership and NissanUSA.com. Face-off coming to the right of Levi. Face-off. Rocket now 27 shots, Amherst 24. Puck drop, comes out into the slot, carried away by the Amherst. Wide to the left side, that scooped into the corner, stood up and upended. Going for the puck was Wahlberg, and there's no call. Puck comes down behind the net. Slow getting up off the backboards is Warren, and the puck around the near wing. As Warren gets back into the mix, tying it up in the corner, Kozak watching on. And still pinned up against the corner boards in skates. And nobody wanting to budge at the moment. Kozak reaching in. Puck rolls around behind the net out the other side. And then jammed along the wall and down ice. Turning back for Johnson. This will be an icing, taking the face-off back into the Laval zone down to my right. 2 minutes, 59 seconds to go in the third period. Stop by the Emerson, or Stop DWI program. Hope you enjoy the game and want to remind you, if you're out tonight, have a plan to get home safely. If you've been drinking, don't drive, get a ride. Face off in the Laval zone. Rocket trying to do a little gamesmanship here, putting players out onto the ice, and the refs have to get them straightened around because it was an icing call. Puck dropped, pulled out top of the slot to the left point. Kept in, shot, but deflected off a leg through, and coming down the near corner. Upended in front of the net was Rusek, taken down, but again no call. Round the far boards. That shot toward the net, and around behind comes out the near wing, and the Rocket get to it. Dumped in the corner, played behind the net. Round the far side of the point, Hammers get a hold of it and keep it in. Long shot from the point. Knocked down again as Rusek gets back up. Picks up the puck momentarily, but then pulled off his stick, and away come the Rocket. Over the line to center ice. On the near wing, scooped the rest of the way down by Kandata, and back for it goes Novikov for the Hammers. Gets to it first, rings around the boards on the far side. That's blocked, and shot along the wall again is unable to clear it out as Oslin. Puck in the corner, Novikov behind his net. Metzel will ring it around the near side this time, and now it's deflected away and down ice, and this will be an icing call. 2:07 to go in the third period, tied at 1. Hey, huddle up with your fellow Amherst fans at the Blue Cross Arena on Sunday, March 23rd for Bills Day. The Amherst will be wearing Buffalo Bills inspired jerseys that'll be up for auction during the week of the game. And all proceeds will benefit Golisano Children's Hospital. Get your tickets at Amherst.com. On the face-off, shot in on goal, and on his knees, smothered by Levi, holds on for another face-off. Join us as we honor Rochester's first responders and frontline workers at Hometown Heroes Night on March 28th. Presented by Advantage Federal Credit Union. First 2,500 fans receive an Amherst logo keychain. Go to Amherst.com/tickets to pick up your tickets. Face off to the right of Levi. 2:01 to go in the third. Kozak for the face-off against Dauphin as the puck dropped. Hammers get a hold of it. Komarov then upended in the corner. Unable to clear the puck along the wall. Still tied up in the near corner. And then spun around behind the Amherst net. Poked all the way in the far corner. Chased after by Wahlberg. And given off to Kozak, who starts to work forward up the left wing to center ice. To the red line. He hadn't got to the red line yet. Dumps it down, but not enough on it for icing. And the puck coming down in the corner. That's in underneath the knee of Warren. Kicked away, gets back up, and now slides it around behind the net, but no help there for the Amherst. Puck coming down the near corner, and the Rocket have it. On the near boards, drop back, taken by Dauphin. Out in front of his net, spins back behind his net. 1:20 to go in the third period. Dauphin works his way to center ice, throws it to the right wing boards. That's swept in around behind the Amherst net. Back for it goes Clegg. And behind the net, comes out the short side, now throws it up the left wing to center ice and bounces away, but recovered again by the Rocket. They got 1 minute to go here in regulation. 1 minute left in regulation. In behind the Laval net. Rocket just standing there, looking over. Thrown up the right side by Engstrom. Round behind the Amherst net, chased down the corner by Komarov. And he battles Ave Pinard for the puck. in the corner, dug out, comes out in front of the net, backhander. They score. Oh, man. Puck bouncing out into the slot. Waugh takes it, backhander inside the back post around the left skate of Levi. 40 seconds to go, and the Rocket take the lead. Oh, what a disappointment for the Amherst. .1919 time of this goal. Waugh scoring his 20th of the season. What a shame for Levi and the Amherst after such hard-fought battles here. So now the Amherst need a goal in the next 40 seconds. And I think the Amherst have called a timeout. As Vinny Prospel talking to the Amherst players that are out onto the ice, trying to get organized here for this big rush. First thing they got to do, of course, is win the face-off. Then they'll get Levi to the bench, extra skater on the ice. If they can gain control. So, the Rocket trying to make it 2 nights in a row, entering the third period trailing, but coming back and winning it. This is a tough pill to swallow for the Amherst here. Yops for the face-off. Levi's out between the circles. And Yops goes forward with it, pulls it in over the line. There goes Levi to the bench. On the near wing, and it's knocked away off the stick of Yops back over the line to center ice. Chased down now by Rathbone. Out in front of his net, 28 seconds. Brings it away, he'll drop it back. Continuing on, Rusek. Flying up the left wing, enters the zone. Dumps in the corner, then he's upended, taken down. It'll be an interference penalty coming up. After all this time, finally they're making a call on what they could have made calls on about 6 times over in the game. This will be penalty number 4 against Laval in the game. And it comes here at 1940. Two-minute interference. And in the box is Kandata. So the Amherst have 20 seconds on the power play to try and tie it up. Yops in for the face-off. Empty net to my left. Extra skater out. 6 skaters on 4. Yops steps in. Puck drawn back out to the point. Getting to it to keep it in. On the left wing side. Scooped down into the corner. Dug out. Cleared along, but grabbed at the point. Kept in again. Off to the near side for Rathbone. Turns, takes a shot. Hits a body in front. 5 seconds. Back out top. Here's poked through the center ice. And a race for it as it heads to the net. Rathbone back. Pulls it aside. There is the horn to end this game. Oh, man. Such a disappointment for the Amherst. 2 nights in a row to give up the lead in the third period and have the Rocket come back and win it in regulation. This is a tough one for the Amherst. So they'll be hoping to put it together on home ice coming up this week, Wednesday and Friday night. So the Laval Rocket now have gained a little room on top of the American Hockey League. They're 3 points ahead of Rochester in the overall standings in the American Hockey League. Coming up next, post-game, final score here. The Laval Rocket 2, Rochester Americans 1. This is the Amherst Broadcast Network.
La troisième étoile, the third star, Caden Primo! La deuxième étoile, the second star, Devin Levi. Et la première étoile, the first star, Joshua Roy! On va aller rejoindre Vinny Bigby avec notre première étoile. À vous, messieurs.
Merci, Jean-Étienne. Josh, là, j'ai l'impression que je vais me répéter, mais on dirait qu'à chaque fois que vous tirez de l'arrière,